What's up, everybody? Welcome to week 40 here on the 52 Horrific Weeks 1981 series. I am your host, Mood616, and thank you once again for dropping in. Alrighty, so the films went into the randomizer, hit that random button, and we have Cannibal Ferox. Yes. The, I guess video nasty, very controversial, it says right there, banned in 31 countries. Directed by Umberto Lenzi. This is basically kind of like a, living in the vein of, Cannibal Holocaust, kind of things like that. I think most people have seen this film, but you haven't. Here's the general plot for you. This is basically, it has a really simple plot. It's about, a group of anthropologists, specifically one anthropologist. She's with her brother and a friend. They go down to, the Amazon jungle in South America. And basically what she's trying to do is she's trying to prove that cannibalism has never existed. And it's just a myth. So that's why they're there. There is an adjacent story, which involves a couple drug dealers that fled New York because they stole a bunch of money from the mob there. Anyways, they found themselves down in the Amazon too. They kind of they get whiff that there's perhaps some really valuable emeralds around there. So these two guys, they head into the jungle and they basically kind of force this local native tribe to start basically panning for these emeralds in the waters and stuff like that. And the one drug dealer, his name is Mike. He's just fucking huge attitude. He's been doing drugs and stuff like that. And basically, he kind of freaks out at one of those tribe members. He figures that he's got a stash of emeralds somewhere. He's not telling them where they are because they've only found 3 emeralds, and he's all pissed off. So he tortures and kills this tribesman. You find this out later after the anthropologist and her crew have broken down on their way into the jungle. They meet up with these two guys, and then they start, doing whatever, and they come across this the same, I guess, tribe, village or whatever, and they can tell that there's something wrong with the village people because the men aren't there. There's just a lot of old people and a few kids and stuff. And they have taken off, but they are coming back because they want revenge against these white people because of what they've done to their tribes people and stuff. And and then that's basically where the carnage ensues. So my thoughts on this one. I've seen this movie a bunch of times. Every time I watch this movie, it doesn't really get any easier to watch. I have a hard time watching animal cruelty and just animals getting killed in general. I'm just not a big fan of. I understand there's a couple scenes in this film where it's strictly for food. I believe that the tribe people that they used in this film are actually real native tribe people. They weren't actors or nothing. So there is a scene involving a crocodile where they rip that open. There's another scene with a turtle and stuff. But that's not so bad because I know that they're actually going to be eating that stuff. There's a couple other scenes, whatever. But those are very infamous and which kind of made this movie a video nasty because they're real animal killings and stuff. I thought Umberto Lenzi did a really good job of shooting this film. It's not edited the best, I found. I'm not really too big fan of how the story is told with the two drug dealers. It's just cutting back to New York all the time. I don't really think it should have been told like that. I think if they just imply that they're being hunted down and stuff, they didn't really need to keep cutting back to these mobsters and these cops and stuff. I don't think that was really necessary for the film. But what do I know? I don't make films. I just review them. I've always thought that the storytelling was kind of odd in this one. As for the gore in this movie, it does kind of pick up towards the end. The animal killings, whatever. But there are some pretty decent, effects in this film. There's an infamous scene with a penis getting cut off. That most people have probably heard of, and I thought that looks pretty good. So another scene with involving some eating brains and stuff. I think it's pretty well done. But overall, I've always found this movie to be kind of boring. There's not really a lot happening. The premise is so simple. It's basically just a revenge film for this tribe to get back at these people. And there's not really a whole lot to say about it. It's an Italian film, obviously. Umberto Lenzi, you know, he's done better work than this, in my opinion. But I don't know. It's got a good score. I love the opening theme. I think it's really cool. I think it's well done. But yeah, you know, there's not really a lot to say about it. It's definitely shot well, like I said. I love the location shot, you know, on location in the Amazon. I think that's brilliant. I think that's really, it's ballsy, it's gutsy to shoot like that because, you know, there's just a lot of obstacles that you would have to go through. And I know that they went through a lot when they were filming this too, which is cool. I give them props for that, but very simple premise. And yeah, you know, it gets a pass. If I had to rate this film, I always try to give it like a, you know, maybe a 5.5 out of 10. You know, it's nothing special. It's nothing too poor. It's definitely worth the watch. If you've never seen this movie, I would, you know, recommend watching it, especially if you've seen Cannibal Holocaust and like that movie. I do prefer Cannibal Holocaust to Cannibal Ferox, but that's, you know, that's me. I mean, that might be the majority vote right there. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, that's all I'm going to say about Cannibal Ferox. There's just not really a whole lot to say about this one, so don't want to keep repeating myself. Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. It's a cannibal film. It's decent. It's decent at best. So, just watched it with the wife, and she fell asleep through all the good parts. She was awake for all the boring parts and fell asleep for all the good ones. Typical woman, right? Anyways, week 40 here on the 52 Horrific Weeks 1981 series. I will be back next week. Of course, I do not know what the film is going to be. And once again, just an update on the 52 Horrific, or the contest. If you entered, I think it was like I don't know, maybe 10 weeks ago or something like that I had it. Or 6, I don't know what it was. But if, just an update on that, there's pretty much everyone is still in the contest because, you know, for you that are in it, you know what it's all about. Yeah, not too many films that were picked for the last review have been, you know, come up yet. So pretty much everyone's in it, with the exception of like 2 people. So anyways, if you're involved in that, good luck. And yeah, so week 40, Cannibal Ferox. I loosely recommend it. It's definitely worth the watch though. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here. Peace out, homies.